to the RSG Podcast, episode 70. This one...
Is it really 70?
It is really 70.
Did we do the math? Because I think... I was looking online. It didn't look like you did the math correctly.
Well, it's 70 now because we have set it 70.
Okay.
But all the videos are up, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed. Anyway, RSG Podcast, episode 70. We are doing this all audio style.
Yeah.
So if you really liked our videos, make sure to send us hate mail, and we'll just send you a middle finger back, and that's the way it's going to be.
Well, we'll do other videos.
Right.
It just won't be.
You can.
It just won't be like of the podcast itself.
Right.
But we'll be doing some Twitch streaming. We'll be doing some of that tonight, and that'll go up on our channel now that I figured out how to get it up on our channel correctly.
Right.
So
We overcome our technical difficulties.
yeah, we've overcome them.
For you that said it couldn't be done, fuck you.
Pretty much everyone in
Those
just
who said they're not smart enough to figure that out. You're wrong.
Since we are going all audio, though, we will be able to finally get an iTunes and Stitcher set up.
Yeah.
Because we can use the website, rsgpodcast.com.
So the millions more people can ignore us.
That's right.
yeah.
But, but although we're going to have an explicit, I have to register as explicit, which doesn't matter, but...
I'm fine with that.
So worse.
It'll make us more popular amongst the teens, bro.
Yeah, that's true. They'll be like, oh, this
Swear this
guy's...
Amongst the
podcast.
5-year-olds.
I want this.
Yeah,
Amongst the 5-year-olds.
More 12-years will listen to us.
exactly.
Which is about our target audience anyway, realistically speaking.
That's just how sophisticated we are.
But,
dick jokes, okay? Calm down.
we don't really... Actually, we have some things to talk about.
A few.
Yeah, a few. We're sort of
just-
in that, like, lull at the end of the year where, like, a bunch of movies have come out and it's the holidays, everyone's been busy, so...
Yeah.
I guess we'll touch on a little bit of news. I mean, it's nothing terribly exciting, just that $1 billion, Star Wars has made $1 billion.
Yes, in 12 days.
12 days. That is a lot of money, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That's off of one movie, too.
Yeah.
Like...
Right there, they just funded Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Basically have, right?
So,
They did just fund Infinity Wars pretty much, so... Well, but that's their total gross at the box office, so it's not the after production costs or whatever, so... They haven't quite funded Infinity Wars yet, but I imagine they will by the end of the year.
Yeah.
someone's getting a phone call.
That is me. Sorry, I apologize.
Professionalism,
Yeah.
a-hole.
As I eat grapes.
Professionalism.
Podcasting.
Super tart grapes.
Mm-hmm.
They're tart.
Yeah, but anyway. So, yeah, we probably have the gain too loud, but whatevs. We'll survive.
What's too loud?
Oh, who knows? It was kind of really big, so I got it all right here. We're cool.
All right.
I turned it down a little bit. So
There are knobs here, though, and I really want to turn.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, oh, what if I touch this?
Like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Is,
tap, 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 tap.
is this thing on?
Check 1, 2, syphilis. Oh.
So,
No. But yeah, so what do you guys want to start with?
well, I mean, let's start with the really the only big thing that we have, and it's not even necessarily big. It's, 3 or 4 minutes long, perhaps? The trailer for Deadpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the 12 Days of Deadpool ended. I don't know if you guys kept up on the 12 Days of Deadpool.
Not entirely, no.
Yeah, I totally did.
I hate you too. I hate all of you. But no, I kept up on it. I watched all the new stuff they released or whatever. It was interesting, and all that kind of stuff. So and then they released the new Deadpool trailer on Christmas Day
Nice.
as a Christmas gift to all the Deadpool fans.
It was the same damn trailer.
It was a different trailer.
It was the same damn trailer.
God.
Ryan.
It
So
was
kind
just
of-
the same scenes, but a little bit further on the story that was in the first trailer.
Which makes it a different trailer, right?
It's okay, fine. It's a different fucking
It
trailer,
had
but it's the same
some
goddamn trailer.
of the same scenes.
Mostly all the same
Some
scenes.
of the same scenes.
I like how I'm looking at the mic like it's a camera. Some of
Right.
the scenes.
I'm talking to you. Talking to you right now, Mike.
Oh.
Some of the same scenes it did have. But you got a lot more backstory, really, about who Wade Wilson is and who Deadpool is, which
Who his
isn't
girlfriend
really
is.
important to Deadpool fans so much as it is important to people who aren't Deadpool fans. or don't necessarily know if they're Deadpool fans or not yet.
True. Future Deadies.
You know?
Well, and then there's people like you who are not Deadpool fans and are still excited for this movie because the trailer was so excellent.
The trailer was really good. I really enjoyed the trailer, and it made me much more excited for this movie than I had been previously.
I watched the new trailer like 5 times. It's still the same damn trailer, but I watched it 5 times.
Well, it had a lot more personalities in there, and then a lot more interaction with Deadpool himself, and just really funny scenes. Like some of the scenes weren't even particularly big. Just one where he's in the back of the taxi and there's some music playing and he's rolling the window up and down to the beat of the music.
The music or whatever.
He's bored. He like climbs through the window.
Like a big old crotch shot. But yeah, it's just that kind of stuff that like you saw a lot more of, and it's interesting to me how the humor for Deadpool I think translates better on the big screen than it does even in the comics.
It really does.
It translates far better.
Yeah, and you get to see a lot more Colossus.
Which is cool, and they name him Colossus in this.
Oh yeah, I don't have enough time for your X-Men bullshit, Colossus. That was funny.
Oh man, it was good.
Yep.
Yeah, and so you got to hear like your Colossus speak some and get a little more into Colossus, which is nice.
And he looks appropriately Colossus.
He really does.
He looks fantastic. He looks real good.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Much better than Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
Fucking Apocalypse, who just looks like no better at all.
He really doesn't look better.
Maybe worse even.
He doesn't look worse. He doesn't look better at all. Well, he's not purple, so I'll give them that.
He's
he at
blue.
least doesn't look that purplish.
He's blue now.
He was always like blue-gray colored in the comic books.
Well, yeah, but he didn't look so ridiculous in the comic books either. He looked ridiculous, but not that ridiculous.
He looked pretty ridiculous.
Well, that's why it's such a feat for Bryan Singer to screw it up so bad.
Right. I mean, he did have a giant belt with a giant A on it in the comic books. Hey, if I can't touch those knobs, you can't touch those knobs.
I'm allowed to touch whatever it is that I want to touch.
Wow.
I'm turning the game down.
White male privilege much? Jesus.
Is it oppressing you?
Yes.
Good. Then fucking recognize.
You're touching of the knobs triggered me. It triggered my non-knob touching privilege. Or lack thereof. Hey, you're right.
He was messing with his ginger ale bottle and he was tapping it, and I kept like I was watching the thing just kind of bounce. And I'm point stop.
Don't touch that.
Yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to. This mic is much more sensitive, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but okay. I mean, that's the long and the short of it for the most part.
Yeah, it looks really good. Really exciting. They got to see a couple of action scenes that looked good. A couple of new ones, a couple of the same old ones where he did like the flip over the car and shot those 3 guys in the head at the same time, that kind of stuff or whatever.
Trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to see them again or whatever.
You got to see a little bit more of one of the bad guys. I don't know who she is.
Who she is.
But she knocks Colossus straight out.
Yeah.
And that's a fantastic part.
Yes. That's a feat to be discussed.
I think it was like, oh, when you're done tweeting, of course.
Right, yes.
Oh, yeah. Then that same lady gets put down by, like, some teenage girl.
Yeah.
Who looks... It's weird because, like, I'm wondering if that's not, like, a gender-swapped X-Men that we already know. Specifically Cannonball. Kind of, maybe. There's no flying, but it looked, very Cannonballish.
Interesting. Now, that's an interesting thought.
No.
Could be, right?
Right.
Could be a gender-swapped Cannonball, I suppose.
That'd be cool.
Could have flipped it.
No.
Huh.
Also emo-fied.
Well, yeah.
Just a little bit.
But they made her more appropriately a teenager of today's time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But
so it makes me wonder if they're gonna do more like X-Force type people.
Well, I mean, I feel like they're gonna have to. They're banking everything on the X-Men and the mutants, like everything. So
right. Well, because Fox also owns Fantastic Four, but
right, they're banking everything on the mutants. That's what I said.
That is not a good property right now.
Fox.
Because they have not done anything correct with Fantastic Four. Like
They never will. They never will. And the movie wasn't great, but like anytime you take that movie, if they had made Doctor Doom interesting and cool, it would have been a mediocre movie. Maybe even above average.
Well, they thought Doctor Doom so poorly. Like, why can't they just make Doctor Doom the ruler of Latvia or whatever, like Latveria, like he should be? Like, just make up a fictional country. It doesn't have to tie that closely into the real world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It really doesn't.
So,
I don't know. There's, who knows what.
Or just make him the ruler of a real world country.
Right.
He's the ruler of Canada.
He can take it over, then change the name to whatever he wants to be.
Just make him the ruler of Serbia or something like that.
Right.
Works about the same. You know? So, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. They need to do Doctor Doom right. They never have. So.
It's kind of frustrating, though. Like, I did a lot of reading on Doctor Doom and stuff like that. And I mean, he's so awesome, yet he's so just terrible in these movies.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they don't do him right. Like, the villain is really the most important part of a superhero movie.
Yeah.
By far, the most important part. And even Marvel doesn't always do it good.
Ronan.
No, they really don't.
Their movies are usually fun, and so we forgive them a lot of shitty villains.
Ronan.
But Ronan is a perfect example.
A terrible bad guy.
And Ronan could be a serious badass. He could be a really good bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he requires more backstory.
Yeah,
they just didn't do any. They didn't give him any real backstory or whatever. It's like, oh, he's a Kree terrorist. Like, that's a cop out. That's just a cop out.
Sorry, freedom fighter.
Right. Terrorists are terrorists, bro. Okay.
A badass.
Just saying, he's a moderate, and we can give him weapons. He's a freedom fighter.
He's a moderate. Oh god. Yeah, he's definitely a moderate, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely a moderate. You're right. It's definitely safe to give him weapons.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, I won't get into.
But he could have been a really good, because in the comic books, he lasts a long time and is around for a while and is really a big part of the whole anything that involves the Kree storylines.
Yeah.
And he could have been a really great bad guy with like a good, solid, interesting, relatable backstory and motivations that we cared about, as opposed to just, I want to kill everyone because they ain't me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have actually made him an interesting freedom fighter or
Right.
moderate with weapons, right? Yeah. But they didn't.
They didn't. They did a horrible job. And like the bad guy in Ant-Man also wasn't good.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You are
Like
absolutely
he was just butthurt because his Hank Pym wasn't enough of a father figure to him.
Yeah.
And he was butthurt about that. Like that, and that's the whole reason why he was butthurt and wanted to be evil and take over the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Really, dude?
I mean, I enjoyed Ant-Man. It was fun, but horrible villain.
Well, somebody recently asked me, my buddy Sean asked me if I'd seen Ant-Man, and he was like, should I check it out? And I'm like, well, it's got its hang-ups. Overall, it was good, but it's definitely got its hang-ups. We're just going to be like, really? So we're just ignoring mass? I believe we talked about this on a podcast, but episode 50, or probably was one of our 100s.
Right, probably somewhere in the 100s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was up in the 100s. But yeah, they don't do a good job of the physics in Ant-Man.
Exactly.
And making it make sense, so...
And that's whatever.
Right.
It was still fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. Have.
So, I guess on to a little bit of gaming news. I guess it would have been last week, really, that all this went down. But recently, there's been a lot of buzz around a game called The Beginner's Guide, which is an indie title.
Yep.
We touched a little bit on this 2 weeks ago.
Did we? No.
No, we just talked about it. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think we did. But the creator of...
It was all Star Wars.
Yeah,
Right.
it was. The creator of the game he also did... I'm trying to remember I can't remember his name now. And I don't know, he's known for doing like interesting sort of like challenging games where he likes to challenge your morals or likes to challenge your thought process on things and
Right, like thought-provoking games.
Yeah, thought-provoking
just
games.
like challenging puzzles or whatever. He makes you think about things.
right. So I think it's important to like first say the story kind of how it happened chronologically because it involves this is going to involve spoilers for the game, obviously. Spoilers. But the fact that the spoilers weren't originally talked about was part of the reason why people got angry. But basically what happened is a reviewer for Kotaku had made mention after reviewing the game and saying it was great, said complete it within your Steam window for returns because there are legitimate reasons why you might want to return this game.
Yeah. And that's basically a direct quote of what she said.
Yeah, that's pretty close to a direct quote.
Yeah.
Like, there are legitimate reasons why you might want to return this game. She did not say
that you should definitely
return this game.
Yeah.
That it's only an hour long, and so you can easily do it, and you should return this game and get your money back. I'm an evil person.
Right.
Like,
she's not trying to convince people to rip off indie developers. Mm-hmm. She's not trying to do any of that stuff.
And I think it stands to reason once you read a glowing review of a game and then something is said like that at the end, and considering who created the game, immediately you should be like, okay, well, that's interesting. I want to know what this is about. You know, if nothing else, this is going to drive me to buy the game, in reality. This created a large uproar in the community.
Pretty decent size. And the fact that she was a woman, too.
Well, that's one of those things that I'm not so certain about. Like,
oh.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't know if this is the reason. Like, people got upset. People got upset and said, you know, game reviewing companies like Kotaku should never, ever, ever tell people they should return a game.
And nobody told anyone they should return a game.
Right.
They said that you should probably try and finish it within your window in case you did want to return this game.
Right, which is...
Because of who it's from and what's going to make you do some thinking about it, and maybe that's going to be why you want to return the game.
Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable, yeah. That's the other game he did.
Yeah, he was like the mastermind behind the Stanley Parables.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this article came out, a lot of backlash happened, and she came forward and quelled some of the heat by explaining her reasons because she had to spoil the game to do so.
Right.
And that's the reason why she didn't do it ahead of time and like clarify her statement because she didn't want to spoil the game. But the spoilers are that the game is about a guy who has a friend named Coda. It's Werner and Coda. And Werner wants Coda to release this game that he's created to the public because he thinks it's brilliant. But Coda doesn't want to do it.
Nope.
So without Coda's permission, Werner takes it, puts his own name on it, and releases it.
Boom.
So it...
Capitalism.
Right. The creator of the game has kind of stated that this main character represents him. The guy who steals the product and releases it. Right. So immediately you begin to realize that maybe this is a real life situation, and this is the very game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he
stole.
Which would be cool. I mean, you're essentially playing a stolen game at that point, but I'm good with it.
That's the point, though. That's the point was that he wants you to draw that conclusion and go, holy crap, like, should I keep this game? It's so brilliant. I really like it, but it's stolen, so I should return it. That was the whole point. He's challenging your morals, not your in-game avatar's morals.
Yeah.
So, and that was like the most brilliant part about the game. And so that's why she said that. Like, you might want to return this because there's an argument to be had, although it is the smaller group of people believe that this is true, but there is still that thought process. Like, you might actually think that this is the case.
Yeah.
If that's so, you might want to return it because you know it's stolen.
Yeah, because he stole from one of his friends or whatever, and he did it as a test view or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, again, not necessarily... No one was telling you to return this game. Nobody was trying to get any, rip anyone else off or anything along those lines. But there might be legitimate moral reasons why you would feel uncomfortable keeping the game.
Yeah. And this is why I don't think that the reaction that was initially received by this this article was at all like, what's the word? I guess
appropriate.
Necessary. Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't something that was needed. At all.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't what people should have reacted because it was obvious if you thought about it just a little bit, and the way it was worded.
You can't ask people reading internet sites to think about things.
No, sometimes they should.
Well,
sometimes they should.
Yeah, reading is hard. It's easier to listen to.
Well, and I actually have gotten in like debates with people over this, and I said, this is a ridiculous situation. He's like, well, no, they should never do this, and I'm like, do you even know why? And he legitimately didn't know why. Right. I'm like, maybe if you knew what was going on, you would realize. And then he read, because here's the thing. He read the reaction, the initial reactions of people, the comments and things, and they're terrible. They're really awful.
Yeah.
And in part, I think, because the reviewer was a woman.
Yeah.
And I think that just created, like...
Well, that's what happens.
Right. So part of me wonders if, like, it wouldn't have been as a visceral reaction had it not been a woman.
Right.
But I don't know.
We'll never know.
But they were really, really awful. And he goes, you know what? I was wrong, and that was really terrible, and nobody should actually react like that ever. Even if they had actually said, you should return this game within your window, it was...
Well, and who... Okay, why should a game reviewing company never say that?
That's a really good question. I think part of it is, like, if you're going to give a game a good review, that you should encourage people to support that developer.
Okay, but, like, going into movies for that, I mean, there are movie reviewers out there who are known that are like, don't see this movie, it's crap.
Well, and that would have been fine, I think, had she said that. Don't buy it. There's a difference between don't buy it and then buy it, play it real quick because it's really good, but since it's really short, you can return it. That's what everybody assumed she meant, but that is absolutely not what she said.
Yeah.
Or wrote, rather.
Yeah.
So.
It's ridiculous that... Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
People act that way.
Well, and it really just overcasts, like, the brilliance of the game itself. You know, the game was brilliant. Or maybe it highlights it even, considering what the game is about. But it's hard to tell.
I think it's more of a highlight of what the game is about, really, at this point, right? Like, of challenging people and their your beliefs about things, what's right or what's wrong or whatever, you know? So...
Yeah. Like, even the developer himself came out and was like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with what she said. He still will neither confirm nor deny the accusations that he himself has made in the game.
Right.
Which, again, is brilliant, considering what the game is out there to do.
Definitely.
And that defeats the purpose of it. What I really like about this guy is that, and I hope we see more developers in the future like this, and we're getting some of it nowadays, but how it's less about the gameplay and more about, like, the art of the game and what is being presented to you. And you're getting some stuff like that, but I think a lot of people are still really hung up on the idea of a game. Matter of fact, I'll be doing some streaming of Life is Strange, which is a little less about the gameplay and a lot more about the story and like the interaction.
It's a lot more of like an interactive story where the choices that you make affect things that happen.
Sticks around, doesn't go away. So it's a pretty fantastic game, actually. Life is Strange. I'm really excited for that. I'll be streaming some of that later.
Well, you do get to live your dream of being born an Asian teenage girl.
Yeah, it's true. That is my dream. She's not Asian, though.
But
she's emo white kid.
She's straight out of Forks.
Twilight references.
Oh, you love them.
I'm disappointed that I got it.
But yeah, I just thought that was like one of the more interesting articles that I read on Kotaku, and I kind of want to get the game now.
Yeah,
probably will. It's not very long.
It doesn't need to be very long, really, right?
Yeah.
So,
but maybe I'll pick that up. I don't know.
Yeah. Check it out, see what you like.
Play that.
Stream it up there.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be doing some Fallout streaming this week. Legitimately, we'll be doing Fallout streaming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I kind of just want to steal the game.
Just do what you want.
Now it's double stolen, bitches.
I stole it from someone else. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we should check it out sometime, see if it's any good or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Pulsar, right? You got Pulsar? Did you both get Pulsar?
I did. I picked it up.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet, but I'm going to.
Okay, I know we're jumping kind of off
Is it Mac compatible? Well, we can talk about what the future, what we're going to be doing in the future, right?
Yeah.
Like next year we got some plans coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to plan on doing at least once a week streaming Pulsar, The Lost Colony.
That's right.
Where it's sort of like the you sort of play the crew of a starship, right? You have like a science officer, an engineer, like a weapons officer.
Not saying it's the Enterprise, but it's the Enterprise.
I'm not saying it's the Enterprise. Yeah. We're definitely not saying that, but
yeah.
But yeah. So we're going to try that out a little bit, I think. We got a couple of friends who are going to join us, I think. And we're all going to get together and do that. We're trying to get a full 5-man crew.
Well,
nice.
Right now we're looking at me and Roby and Kent. You, if your computer can handle it, which I don't know if it can or can't.
We'll see.
Right. And we're going to invite David Sanchez as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe now I'll just have to get my new motherboard because I want to play.
Yeah, you have to. You have to go get your new. Just do it. We get Sanchez in here. Good old Dave.
Yep.
And maybe Pierce. I wonder if we can get Pierce to try.
Yeah, we might be able to.
Yeah,
Pierce would probably enjoy it, especially playing with the crew again.
Right. And that's going to be half the fun. It's just us fucking around.
Nothing is going to get done.
Nothing is going to be more fun than this. I already got dibs on Science Officer.
We're going to get a lot of new ships. Like, new game time.
Yeah.
I got dibs on Science Officer. And in the other...
Oh, I'll be captain.
My other monitor, it's going to pull up, like, today I learned on Reddit or whatever. Like, guys, did you know that? Just start spouting random facts or whatever all the time. Do some sciencing. I'm sciencing right now.
I'm looking on Reddit.
The shit out of this.
That's where science is made.
Did you guys know?
Check out the game though, so you can kind of know what's going on. Pulsar, the Lost Colony. Just kind of watch a few videos of it.
It looks kind of interesting. Like, it could be fun to us trying to like just monkey fuck around until we can figure out what's going on and do anything productive or whatever. It should be fun.
I'll probably myself start a Twitch series that I'll get uploaded to our YouTube. That I'm gonna call "Playing with the Peanut Gallery," and it's just gonna be me playing with like Ryan or Roby or whomever else is willing to join in and make fun of me while I lose at video games.
Yep.
Because you're terrible at them.
Yeah.
This was clear.
You are pretty bad at them.
They were getting so pissed at him today when he was testing it.
Yeah. I was just testing out our stream, our Twitch quality. And
so he like had it up there, and I had it on my phone right next to him, so like we're watching it real time.
Yeah, so
60 FPS he was doing.
Yeah, nice. It looks really good. It looks fantastic. But
nice.
I sacrificed my gameplay because I was making sure it looked fantastic, and like they were just giving me a hard time in the chat. They were just like, I can't remember what all they said. They said something about that I have the map awareness of a.
Oh, they said you had the map awareness of Amelia Earhart.
It was actually, it was so funny that
Amelia Earhart birds.
I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even upset. Normally, I'm like, that's too good. That's bravo.
Impressive.
I take
that's
that.
Impressive.
I apologized, but
oh, good.
Yeah.
But then he started paying attention.
At presence of Amelia.
So I said I was a hide and go seek champion because they were like basically capping things and getting objectives, and I'm like standing right beside it, just screwing with the quality, like not playing at all. And they're like, "Can you please get that?" And then they cap it, and then they walk up. All 5 of them walk out of the little mist area.
Right.
And I just like walk into them and die. And they're like, "Oh, now you decided to fight them."
Oh god.
But anyway,
You should probably leave that one up on the stream just because.
oh well, I took it all down.
Right.
And deleted it. But
That's the map
awesome.
awareness of Amelia Earhart. Episode title right there.
Oh man.
maybe I'll make it into somebody else's stream. Who knows? But I think that's about it. I don't.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna stream some Fallout.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
awful at Fallout.
A correction, I'm actually pretty big.
We're gonna call it off Fallout.
I'm actually pretty good. I want to do an all melee build for this though. So I want to do a melee sneak attack stuff. So if that gets to be too boring, because it probably will, I'll switch it up and do I don't know, combat weapons and just run and gun everything.
Yeah.
Can I make a pitch here for a stream that I think we should do, Ryan?
Sure, what's up?
With Roby as well, but we'll call it Making Roby Play Games He Doesn't Want to.
Minecraft
Is the first game.
Minecraft. God damn it! It will be the first time I will have ever touched Minecraft.
Yeah,
It would be the
hates
first time.
this game.
Making Roby play games he hates.
He's gonna get there and be like, so where's the sink? Where can I do the dishes?
I'm just gonna sit here and do
Why
dishes
would
the entire
why would I
time.
want a digital job?
Like, Roby, you there? Roby. He's just standing in the corner. Roby, are you there?
Yeah, we can do that. That would be fun. I think.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
We should make a YouTube series of it. It's fine.
Yep.
Anyway, but I'm pretty short tonight. Don't really have a whole lot going on yet.
That's the end of the year. Next week we're definitely gonna have our tops and bottoms.
Yep. We're gonna do tops and bottoms. Next.
Tops and bottoms.
So-
We're gonna decide who's tops and who's bottoms.
Who's bottoms?
That's right.
Yep.
I'm always tops.
Till I make you my bottoms.
But yeah, best movies, best games, worst games.
Yeah, like most overrated. You know, the least, the ones that got the least amount of hype but deserved it or whatever. Most underrated. Stuff like that.
Sleeper hits.
We'll do a couple of categories
Yeah.
for different things or whatever, like movies, games. Hit a couple of different categories in each one.
Yeah.
Just do a quick review, like everyone, like we did last year or whatever. I go through, talk about some stuff.
It'll be cool.
It should be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
There were a lot of good movies came out this year. There were also a lot of shit movies that came out this year.
Teenage Mutant. Wait, did that come out this year?
I don't know. I think that was
last year. I think
it was last year.
Oh, too bad.
That was a 20.
He's like, can I nominate that again?
No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was this year.
I don't know.
It might have been early this year.
If it was, they're already in the middle of a second one. It's really odd to hear of a second sequel come out the same, like, announced the same year with a trailer.
That's true. It must be 2014.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2014. But
yeah.
My favorite thing about that, though, is... I lost my train of thought.
Michael Bay's explosion?
Yes, Michael Bay's explosions.
It's not
That's not what my favorite thing was. Oh, yeah. It screened terribly, too, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, it didn't do well in the box office, right?
No.
So then they turn around and they...
There are a shit ton of sequels being released that, like, for movies that did not do well in the box office. Huntsman 2 was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, I was like, when I saw the trailer for that, I was like,
Do you think this is like the Huntsman 2 We're Sorry? Because Kristen Stewart's not in there and they got like some people in there?
Huntsman 2 was almost already done.
Sorry.
like, but they added some actresses who are like top name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they had Jessica Chastain, Emily Blunt.
I kind of want to watch that one.
We'll watch it.
We'll watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the cast, man.
Yeah.
For the cast. We'll watch it, but it's not...
But I'm like, who asked for this? And how did it get greenlit? Who were the people who were like, we should definitely make another one of those because it was horrible.
Yeah. Studio
It was horrible and nobody liked it, so we should definitely make another one.
We need more Kristen Stewart on television or whatever. Let's get more of that. And then take her away from it.
She's a mouth breather. Though, I mean...
I will defend Kate Stew in certain roles. She does a good job in certain roles. The Huntsman was not one of these roles.
What was the one that we just watched?
American Ultra?
Yes.
American Ultra? She was pretty good in American Ultra.
Yeah, she's a really good stoner.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's finally found her acting calling.
I thought she was pretty good in Adventureland. I
Never saw
enjoyed her in Adventureland. It's a good movie. You should check it out.
Was Tomorrowland this year?
Tomorrowland was this year. And Tomorrowland was so disappointing. I don't think any of us went to see it.
No.
I did.
Did you?
I saw it. Sam and I went to go see it, and we went to the dine-in theaters, and that was the only good part about that whole thing, is that we got to eat food and drink beer while we were watching the damn movie. I remember watching it, like, I remember leaning over to her and saying something halfway through, like, you know, it's kind of a good thing that this doesn't have any prerequisite history. It's just a ride at Epcot Center. Because they have completely destroyed this.
Yeah. I hear it was not good.
No. And thanks to that, we don't get fucking Tron Legacy 2. Or, well, I guess it'd be Tron 3 at this point, but yeah, thanks Tomorrowland. Fucking
Tomorrowland.
Wait, they sucked up the budget for that?
They said that since Tomorrowland did not do as well as they'd wanted it to, that they're going to stick with more other things that they know did well. Because Tron did well, but it didn't do very well.
Yeah.
So
Tron 2 didn't make a lot of money, and it was not generally well received.
So
well, it wasn't generally that good.
Didn't like it that much.
I actually really liked it, but I think that was more nostalgia for me. But yeah,
Right.
I thought it was really okay. It wasn't good. I wouldn't call it a good movie. I would call it an okay movie.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it
If it was
too.
a good movie or not, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
So
I still listen to the soundtrack from time to time. I'm like, I know exactly what's going on in the movie right now.
the soundtrack was really good, I thought.
But I'm kind of disappointed because, like, I really wanted to see a little bit more in the universe, because they kind of left it where, like, okay, so the bad guy's been defeated.
Right. What can we do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Well, they set up the next bad guy already,
Yeah.
which we'll never see now, unfortunately. But
Not until 2025 when they're out of other ideas.
Right. Till the rehash of
And
the
everyone's
rehash.
tired of comic book movies, so.
2025 sounds about right for that. I mean, for everyone else, I'll still be on top of that. I don't know. I think comic book movies will still stay popular, perhaps not with as large a budget, but will still like be around because there will always be kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will always be kids.
There will always be kids.
But I don't know. Like, it'll be interesting to see where Marvel goes post Infinity Wars. You know.
Yeah, that seems to be the culmination, right? So.
Well, that's what everything right now has been building towards, and then once they hit Infinity Wars, where are they going to go after that?
There's a lot of places they could go. I mean, the only thing they don't have rights to is the mutants, right? So that leaves a lot of other open avenues.
Maybe wouldn't it be nice if they just were done? Like they came in, they did their movies, they told their stories, and then they just stopped.
That's not ever going to happen as long as they can make money.
As long as they can make money.
Yeah.
Disney needs to build more huge vaults full of money.
They need to Scrooge McDuck that.
Yep.
They need to build more Scrooge McDuck vaults.
But
although they pretty much can do that with the Star Wars earnings.
Yep.
$1 billion. I still can't.
Well, it's not done yet. I mean, it's still...
It's in the very beginning. It's like first week, right?
It's 12 days.
12 days.
It's almost two full.
Yeah,
But they have the
now.
market on IMAX for 4 weeks from opening night, right? Like that's their
Yeah, they're only about halfway through like their planned IMAX run, basically.
I wanted to go back and rewatch it again, but if it's that popular still, it's going to be a packed theater.
It's still going to be pretty busy.
Yeah. Might have to be a dine-in hero again.
There was a fascinating article I read about somebody who talked about who was a manager of a theater in New York somewhere, I think. Not like in New York City, but in someplace near New York City. And about his, like, just telling about how hectic and crazy the opening night of Star Wars, or what, like that Thursday night of Star Wars was. And he's like, despite the fact that we had a bajillion people here to see Star Wars, there were still 4 people who came to see The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, and 3 people who decided they had to see The Good Dinosaur tonight.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, we still sold 7 tickets to not Star Wars. It was amazing.
I wonder if you would just look at those people and be like, really?
Yeah, you could come in and be like,
you know this is kid-friendly and you're going to see, like, dinosaur movie, right? So, like...
well, but...
No,
like,
it's genius. Are you kidding me? It's like renting out a theater.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're just going to have that theater all to themselves? That's really actually
pretty
pretty
deal
smart.
with, like, the whole crowd, like, milling about everywhere and all that kind of stuff. It'd still be...
Yeah, out there, but I mean, you spend less than 5 minutes out in the lobby. Well, depending on how early you get there, but
right. Yeah.
You know, you don't spend that long there. You can easily just walk in and like, I've rented this theater now.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
for yourself. It's pretty brilliant, especially if you don't like really want to see Star Wars opening night. Which I mean, there's plenty of reasons for that.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
all
the crowd.
false, but...
Nah, I don't know. Like,
No,
if,
I'm with you on that. Yeah, there's
like, the
a lot
crowd-
of good reasons.
The crowd is a good enough reason for a lot of people.
like, there's a really good chance that I might not have seen it opening day.
Oh, I know I wouldn't have.
If it
Well,
wasn't for the
no,
fact
I
that
can't say
we
that.
rented a theater.
Yeah.
You know.
Which was a great idea.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you,
Yep.
Dick.
Anyway.
But we're definitely doing it again for 8.
Yeah, absolutely.
I liked how everybody was like, we should do this again for every movie ever.
Every movie ever. And I was like, calm down.
No.
Calm
that's
down.
not
You don't
gonna
know
work.
the dollar amount that goes into this to get it all
down.
set back up.
Well, it's like,
You recouped most of it though, right?
yeah.
I
yeah,
ended up
yeah.
making about $60.
Nice. That's how you do
All
it.
told.
It wasn't so much the money as it was the time and effort to get everybody together, and more than that, it's the number. Like Star Wars, we can get everybody to go,
Yeah.
I could have filled a 150 seat theater for Star Wars without too much trouble.
but
Like between the 3 of us and like our friend networks, our tertiary friends, and all
Yeah.
that, we could have done 150.
Oh,
Because I was turning people away. Because there are people who came up like after who had heard about it from other people, and were
Loose
like,
lips
and was
sink
like, came
ships,
along, they're like, hey,
motherfuckers.
you guys you have any more tickets? I'm like, sorry, we already sold out on tickets we wanted to sell out or whatever, so we're good. But
yeah,
like the Mertens heard about it and they were like, you guys got tickets? I'm like, oh,
Hedy Lamar was gonna come.
sorry, bro.
but
So
yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to get that kind of turnout for like pretty much any other movie. Like,
Maybe in Avengers you might.
I think we could do a similar turnout for Civil War without too much trouble.
Do we want to though?
30 something odd person theater is fine if we're gonna do that. I don't.
Civil War, I think, right?
I'm like my mom will watch it. My grandma will watch those movies, but they're not going to want to like.
So, but I think we could fill in like the people who wouldn't come and see this that only came because it was Star Wars. I think we could fill in with other people without too much trouble.
You think?
I bet we could do 50 again for Civil War.
Oh, I know of at least 12 or 13 other people that I could ask right now.
Yeah, but we don't like the people you know.
Look, if we're talking about putting asses in chairs, then, you know,
fair point.
If you're wanting that big theater, let me do my thing.
Right. So
anyway, but I think that'll just about wrap it up.
Yeah, that's about it. It's a good stopping point on the hour. Exactly. Well, thank you for coming out and listening to us. If you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. Tell us if you agree or disagree. If you disagree, we probably don't care. But check us out, rsgpodcast.com, at Twitter, at RSG Podcast, and on the Facebooks at Random Subject Generator. So, thank you, and good night, bitches.